Welcome back to the 585 show. I'm Tyler Strollo,
And I'm Bailey Morris.
and we're back after a 2 week absence. Well, 2 weeks of normal news coverage. By the way, if you haven't watched the Sabres episode already, I highly recommend it. Since then, the Sabres have won a game. They've traded Taylor Hall for pennies on the dime, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, when it comes to, this channel in the last couple weeks, it's been a bit empty. We also never got around to posting that after show, which I apologize, but Michigan did end up losing the next round. Baylor went on to blow out Gonzaga in the finals, so
Yeah.
I mean, not really much to talk about there. So, for football today, our first little bit of news.
All right. So, acclaimed New England Patriots longtime wide receiver Julian Edelman. I believe first he got cut, and then he retired immediately after that. So, looks like his days in the post-Brady New England era were pretty short. So, Ty, Hall of Famer?
Well, that begs the question. People make the argument Tom Brady is a system quarterback. I think that's already been disproven with, the Tampa Bay Super Bowl. I think those rumors are already shut down.
Mm-hmm.
But is Julian Edelman a system wide receiver? Now, stupid as that may sound, when you have Tom Brady feeding you the ball, it's kind of hard to not be good at football unless you drop it, which you just get cut or shipped off.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Julian Edelman will be a fringe guy. Someone that people in like 5 years will be mad about that he didn't get in, but they'll keep fighting for him. That kind of guy.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I don't think he'll be inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Why is that?
Good player, I wouldn't say great, and I wouldn't call him a game changer.
Besides all of the Hall of Fame, or not Hall of Fame, but besides all of like the Super Bowl stuff, which was because of Tom Brady,
Mm-hmm.
do you see him as like a type of maybe, I don't know, I'll give you Matt Forte as a comp. Someone who's very good, the Hall of Very Good, something like that, like Randall
Yeah, Hall of
Cunningham.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the Julian
And
Edelman
I think
thing.
with Edelman, the first thing that comes to mind that could get him in the conversation is Super Bowl MVP in Super Bowl 53. But again, Tom Brady era, what still wasn't a phenomenal game offensively speaking. I mean, he was the best player on offense that game, but he still couldn't help him score more than 13 points against the
And he'll
Rams.
definitely go down as one of the best seventh round picks of all time, but I really can't see him going to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
It's
especially when he was living in Gronk's shadow most of his career.
definitely, if he were to be Hall of Fame, I think it'd be multiple years down the road.
Yeah.
Not to discredit Edelman at all. He's a very good player, obviously, but I just don't see him being a first ballot or even second ballot guy.
On other news, also in the AFC East, we got Sam Darnold, the Jets' 3 or 4 year quarterback, I think, is being traded to the Carolina Panthers.
And not for much either. The Jets only get a sixth rounder and a second rounder and a fourth rounder, which
Yeah.
this sixth rounder is in this year's draft, and then the second rounder and fourth rounder in 2022. So I gotta say, after taking Darnold third overall, I just can't. The return they got is so horrible, just so horrid.
Do you
Just so bad.
think Carolina got away with one?
I think they either got away with a solid backup or a chance at a franchise quarterback.
Yeah. And then that leads to the question, is Darnold or Bridgewater going to be Carolina's guy next year?
I think Teddy
If either.
Well, here's the thing: is I read a report that they're giving Teddy Bridgewater a say in his future. So whether he's going to go to a different team, whether they want him to cut him, and it really made it sound like he's out.
Really?
Which I can't see them immediately moving to Darnold, who's not familiar with the playbook, has not succeeded yet, and they already have Bridgewater's been in the league four more years longer than him.
And
So
if I'm Teddy B, who right now is in way better form than Sam, I'd be confident in staying in Carolina and winning the starting job over Sam.
yeah, and Sam Darnold's not bad. I don't think he's really been given the tools, but that's the point. The
Mhm.
Panthers really don't have the tools at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, Robbie Anderson's all right. I'm pretty sure they just lost one of their main guys. Not Curtis Samuel. What's his name? Number 12.
More?
DJ Moore.
DJ
Did they
Moore.
lose DJ Moore?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure he went to a different team. But yeah, if you only have Curtis Samuel, and you have McCaffrey.
McCaffrey's the best receiver on the team at this point.
He really is. But yeah, honestly, the Jets just keep on jetting, don't they?
They do. All right, and with the draft approaching rather quickly, it starts in about 3 weeks. We got a blockbuster trade in the draft order. We got the San Fran 49ers trading their 12th pick, a third rounder this year, and first round picks in 22 and 2023. So, initial impression, I think the Dolphins won that trade. But we'll see. I mean, Niners are very likely going to take a quarterback at third overall.
Which is contradicting to reports that say that Jimmy G is already there, like he's staying. There's been multiple people that have been saying that Jimmy G is in, he's staying there, and I don't get it. What's the point? What is the point? Because you've also given 2 first-round picks in the NFL. They're either really worth it or really not. So you're giving up 2 of them. I'm thinking that this Niners pick is someone they saw and they were like, if we don't get him at 3, we're not going to get him.
So maybe let's think about it. So if they traded with the Dolphins, they probably wanted something or someone that either the Dolphins or Falcons were after at 3 and 4.
Correct.
So maybe it's a Jamar Chase or a Devontae Smith, or maybe it's Big Penei Sewell on the O-line. So
Or it could be a quarterback.
could be.
We can't rule it out completely. We've seen weirder things.
Yeah, because at the third overall pick, Fields and Trey Lance will likely be on the board, because I think no way Lawrence and Wilson don't go at first.
Right, yeah, it's especially now with Darnold being out, which we just covered, but
Yep. So between the Panthers and the Niners, I think their futures at quarterback will be really interesting and ones to follow.
it'll certainly be interesting. Now it's on to the baseball. Welcome to the baseball section. Today we have some baseball news. First time in 3 or 4 weeks that we actually have some baseball stuff to give you guys. So, starting off, we have Fernando Tatis Jr., the cover boy of MLB The Show 2021, the face of the league. I'll get into that in a minute for the MLB. And now recently designated to the injured list, formerly the disabled list. They changed it in around 2018, which I have no idea why. But Bailey, why don't you tell us what he had?
All right. So the Padres have said, according to CBS, Tatis suffered a subluxation in his left shoulder with partial tearing of the labrum.
Not a fun time, basically. So it sounds like a separated shoulder, which I've had before, and it is not good.
Yeah, it's basically a shoulder dislocation, and he was put on a 10-day injured list, I believe.
Yes, which...
And apparently has refused surgery, so obviously it can't be that serious.
No, and I think that, Fernando Tatis is a very good player.
Sorry.
And Fernando Tatis is a very good player. Why do you keep... What is wrong with you?
Still there,
Oh.
Alright, don't worry about it.
Yes. This is what Bailey might be laughing at. We've found out how to edit source code. Yeah. We'll get to him.
Tragic.
Tragic.
Okay, so Tatis out for a little bit with that shoulder injury, and for those of you who have him in fantasy, that might be an ouchie for a little bit, but
Well, and for imagine this though, because a separated shoulder is not a very fun time, dislocation or whatever.
Right.
Shoulder injuries tend to linger. I would know. I have one that currently is lingering, and you pay this man for 14 years. It was like $500 some odd million, a lot of money, and it would be a real shame to see their star player start to decline.
Yeah,
and
so
also, yeah, you can go. I'm so sorry.
I was just gonna say, with that huge, massive, long-term deal, let's just hope that this little shoulder injury doesn't have long-term implications.
Right. And also, final thing about Tatis, I don't like how the MLB is trying to make him the poster boy of their league when you have Mike Trout in your league. Mike Trout should be everything. He's still his worst year statistically. He won MVP, including his rookie year. It's incredible. Well, it is no secret that the AL East is pretty good at baseball. I mean, the Red Sox, historically great team. The Rays, historically an okay team. The Yankees, historically the best team of all time, possibly in any sport ever. The Blue Jays, historically a pretty good team. And the Orioles have had a lot of very good players. Brooks Robinson, Carl Ripken Jr., Cal Ripken Jr., actually one of my favorite players of all time, which ironic how I call him Carl Ripken.
Good old Carl.
But no, the Orioles have definitely had some studs.
Yeah,
but,
and right now they're all at the 4-win mark at least. Someone has 6 wins.
yeah,
May or may not be the Boston Red Sox, who I did not expect this from.
No.
I was expecting a 1-8 start to the season, but they've won 6 in a row, so
It's-
not going to complain at this point. But Rays tied. Well, there's a 4-way tie for last right now in that division since Red Sox are first. But I think
this guy.
my prediction: Rays are going to start to come back. I think they're still really promising. They were a good team last year, obviously making the World Series, despite being a low budget team. But I like where they are. I think they're gonna make a run. And I just noticed that ours are different. Yours has the Rays like ahead of them.
Really?
Yeah, interesting.
Well, yeah, we I think that the AL East is probably the best baseball division. It might be one of the best divisions in all sports. But like right now, let's hear the pros and let's hear the pros and then we'll go through the cons of each team. The Red Sox, pros.
Xander Bogaerts, Raft Devers.
That's about it. Pros for the Rays, a great young core. Randy Arozareno's an absolute stud, a decent bullpen, and a very good first baseman.
Yankees, LeMahieu.
Yeah, I am also very concerned about Aaron Judge and his injury. Not sure how severe that is. Another thing is that it's another Aaron Judge injury. And Jay Bruce has actually been filling in quite well until Voit comes back, which I think the Yankees, if they're going to make a run, they need to do it now, or else we're going to be seeing another rant video, which I'm sure no one wants to see. The Blue Jays, incredible young core. Lourdes, I believe it is, Gurriel Jr. has been very underrated. Bo Bichette has also been very good. What's his name? Vlad Jr. also very good. And Kevin Biggio, which, by the way, that's 1, 2, 3 legacy players. It's kind of cool. Vlad Jr.'s dad, Vladimir Guerrero, played very good. Kevin Biggio is the father of... What did I just say the name of? Or no, Craig Biggio is Kevin's father. And then, who's the other one? We got Bichette. Dante Bichette is Bo's dad. So 3 legacy players is pretty cool. And then the Orioles, they don't really have much, but Ryan Mountcastle's a good young stud. I honestly don't know how the Orioles are 4-5 right now. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, they started 3-0 by annihilating the Red Sox, but they just got 3-0 by the Red Sox. So
well, baseball's a weird game.
And I think Baltimore seems to have a tendency of being pretty inconsistent. So who knows with them? Who knows with the Blue Jays? But I think you can expect to see Yankees and Rays at the top of their division again this year.
Yeah.
And Red Sox, I really have no clue. Such a hard team to predict like how they're gonna do because
they're not like horrible.
It's like
they're not like the worst team I've ever seen, but they're
they
also
just
so
haven't
bad.
been around each other a lot. Like, I think I talked about this a couple episodes back. Like Xander and Raph are like the only players left from 3 years ago. But anyways, should be a fun division to watch.
That indeed is true. Welcome to the final part of our show where we talk about Joe Musgrove totally throwing a no-hitter and not throwing something else into something. In all seriousness, though, very, very good performance.
Awesome. First, if you haven't heard about it yet, first no-hitter in San Diego Padres history.
If you haven't heard about it, are you living under a rock? Joe Musgrove. Incredible. I feel like it's always the lesser-known pitchers that always throw the no-hitters.
And always the lesser-known pitchers that, like, I think especially in the the playoffs. They seem to
Mhm.
just like pull through and pull off these crazy clutch moments. Like,
Yes.
I remember the Red Sox when they won the World Series a couple of years ago. Eovaldi, who was pretty low on the pitching list, he like carried that team.
Oh, hold on. Oh my gosh. Oh, Red Sox. Oh yeah, the Red Sox. That reminds me of something. Hold on. That's crazy, man. That is crazy. That's wild. That's crazy. What? Can you read this for me? Can you count the number?
No,
Stop. I don't look like Luca Garza.
I can't look at that. I'm busy something. This guy. Wait,
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Ty.
This, by the way, is.
Ty, congrats on getting. Man, that's just crazy. You guys see this? Look at our guy.
This is descended into chaos.
It's epic. Congrats, Ty, on Player of the Year.
Yeah. That was personal. That was too far. Too.
That's just crazy.
Too far, Braylon. That's too far.
All right, so
This is descended.
Yeah, as you can see, this was probably our most professional episode.
In all seriousness, though, he had gotten back from vacation recently.
Mhm.
I had to work out. I had football practice, so it's a bit of a sloppy
Yeah.
episode.
Still a little bit distracted by my recent.
Yes. Oh, yes. Would you like to announce that formally in front of the press?
Okay. With the first pick of the
College.
first pick of the college, fans are saying that we look like Pooh Shiesty. But in all seriousness, I'm pretty excited to say that I've decided to go to Penn State.
Hence the Saquon Barkleys.
Hence the Saquon Barkleys. Look at these beautiful cards. Thank you to Ty for
Of course.
digging for these for about 15 minutes.
This show took so long to get together for
like,
such little
we
product.
started filming like 40 minutes ago, and I need to get home. So
It's 9:30 currently. And, that doesn't sound too late, but after a really long day,
mhm.
it is. Nothing sounds better than curling up into my bed right now. But,
Yeah.
anyways,
So
no after show. It's too late for that. I don't really feel like filming one. Maybe I'll throw you guys a bone, and maybe I'll open up a pack or something like that. Probably not. I'm really tired.
yeah, we're going to bed. That's all you got today.
But on a serious note, we will be putting out better stuff. We will make it more.
Yeah,
We
I
might
think-
be moving sets.
I think for that could happen at some point. I think for the NFL draft we're gonna do something special for you guys,
We're gonna.
because that's like one of my most anticipated events of the year.
Yes,
I love
and
the draft.
Always gotta have pizza, wings. We actually might live stream it as well. There's a chance that
Yeah,
we do
we can
something
live
like
stream
that.
our reactions. That's it. I like that. idea.
We got, there's a lot of opportunities, and we're very glad for you guys being along for the ride. Make sure
Yeah.
you like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when these videos get made. This one's probably going to be released Tuesday, so you're probably going to be seeing this Tuesday
Mhm.
because, YouTube takes a long time to upload, but we've let this run on for long enough. Thank you very
Yeah.
much for watching. Stay safe and stay epic, and tell your mom.